Welcome back to the studio. I am doing this oddly satisfying little job of putting these little knobs on the bottom of these drawer organizers. Sometimes I don't have the ability to take a whole day to do something I would like to do. So it's nice to have a few minutes here and there to do something that I kind of enjoy, and this is one of those mindless tasks that is productive. It will be very productive and kind of oddly satisfying also. When we were in the process of moving, and you're all excited about the new space and doing things. I was both downsizing and getting rid of old stuff, and you're kind of ready for a new start. Well, I was ready. Um, I had my mom's furniture in my house for a long time, so I kind of wanted to redefine my own space in a way. So, one of the days I was on Facebook Marketplace, which is one of those addicting things, I saw this big piece of furniture for sale. This thing is enormous. It has 16 drawers. They're really deep and wide. They're 34 inches wide. Let me see. Probably about 30 inches deep. So they make a really good storage for really just about anything. When we went to pick it up, the furniture was kind of in bad shape. It was it's so heavy that it was kind of falling apart under its own weight, and the people that had been using it most recently had it in their garage, and they had tools in it, so it kind of smelled like oil and grease and hammers and wrenches. But we had to completely take all the drawers out, and I'm telling you, the thing is enormously heavy. But we had to really manhandle it into the back of a very small pickup truck, and we got it home, and forever it sat in the back of the garage, kind of blocking all progress there. And as soon as we were able to get the floor finished, I wanted it in the living room because this is where I wanted it. I knew I wanted a big TV here because I watch TV at night when I do hand sewing, and I knew I wanted something that matched the size of the TV in weight. But I also wanted it to be functional. I didn't just want like a long skinny table that didn't do anything. You can't really put anything on a table in front of a TV because it blocks the TV. So I knew I wanted something that would be like for storage. And so I was like really excited about this. So as soon as I got the floor finished, I knew I wanted this in the house. Um, but it also needed it also needed work itself. But I was too impatient to refinish it while it was outside, and we had too many projects going. So didn't have the luxury of just doing it all at that time. So it came in stages. The first thing we were able to do was get it in the house, and we got it in the house on those flat furniture. It's like a flat dolly wood with four wheels. We had two of those, and we got it in the house and it was on its top. It was upside down. So the first thing we did was install industrial wheels on the bottom of it, and the wheels are just tall enough so that it no longer sits on its own frame anymore. It sits only on the wheels, so it's completely movable. Then we reinforced the entire frame. We re-glued it, re-secured it. We lightly took the varnish or shellac off the top because it had paint on it. Um, it was real bumpy, like alligator skin from the shellac or the varnish, and the exposure to heat and cold in the garage where they had it. Then we took the drawers down one at a time. Well, actually, we took them all down, and we did the front of the drawers, and then it was a search for handles. Only part of them, well, only like 6 of them had all their handles left and the nameplates. So I went searching. It took me a long time to find these. Uh, but I finally found these. This is the closest I could come. This is the closest I could come to matching these handles. The screw holes are about the same distance apart, but they are a little bit different. These only have one hole, and they screw in from the back like a normal handle does. These old-fashioned ones screwed in from the front, and they had 2 screws each. But this is the closest I could get. So we have those now to do the entire cabinet, and I got nameplates for the rest of the drawers also, so I can put on the front of each one what's actually in the drawers. And so far what we'll have, this one will have pencils for drawing, pencils and brushes, and color tools, because I'm a big believer in using the color wheel for helping in any kind of quilting project. I always get a kick out of people that say, "Oh yeah, I took a color class once. I don't need to do that anymore." That's like saying I took one piano class and now I can play the piano. Um, then I have paper here, like graph paper. The next one down will be poster board. That'll be for like drawing out quilting designs and stuff. This one up here that I got all of these tiny, well, they're not all tiny. Some of them are quite large. Uh, storage boxes, drawer dividers. This one's going to be for all of the miscellaneous little things that you use mostly for hand sewing. So although my studio is going to be downstairs for all of the what I call fast sewing, that would be the long arm sewing, the domestic sewing machines, the rotary cutting table. All of the fabric basically will be down there on racks. So that's the fast sewing room. Mostly that would be for during the daytime. But at nighttime, when I want a little more slow-paced environment and I want to do slow sewing, that's what this room is for. I mean, I have to have a living room for when family come over. So I have a sofa and a love seat and a chair and other things that people would expect in a living room. But this whole unit is going to be things that I use for sewing for the quilting world in my mind. So this will have glue sticks, thimbles, all of my needles, all the different kinds of needles, uh, hoops, bias tape makers, uh, bobbins for the other machine up here. I can't think of everything, but there's a ton of little stuff that that I have found over the years that make hand sewing more enjoyable. Needle threaders. I probably have 10 or 15 different kinds of needle threaders. I have a ton of pearl cotton that I use for doing like big stitch or tying a quilt. Then there'll also be some like 12 weight thread up here for doing hand quilting. those will be in the drawers up here. I also have thread racks on the wall there behind my other hand sewing station. Uh, Most of that is silk for doing hand applique. But this room has been an absolute disaster. I had to clean it up when my family came up for the Strawberry Festival. And then as soon as they left, I wanted to get these drawer faces finished so that I could organize the drawers because the drawers had not been organized yet. Now if I need to take the drawers out again, I'll just take them out whole with the stuff in it, organized, and stack them. But it's one of those things where one thing stacks on top of the other. My living room is a disaster, and I can't clean it until this drawer unit is organized. And as this gets organized, all of this stuff comes up off the furniture, up off the floor, and it all gets put away. And even if I'm not able to sit and sew right now, I know that when the time comes, it's all going to be here waiting. It's all going to be organized. I've been sewing long enough that I know what kind of sewing I do. I know how I like things to be put together. And I think organization is one of the most important things. This disruption over the last few years of moving and, you know, everything else that's been involved with it, not being able to find anything. My guild keeps having sew days, and my quilt friends keep inviting me over to do like just a one night of sewing at the church. And I keep wanting to grab a quick project to go over, and I can grab 3/4 of it, but I can't grab the last quarter. And so I just go over and sit and talk, but I can't get anything done. So I'm trying to get everything back together. Even if I can't put the studio back together yet, I can have at least some space where some of it's getting put together. Also, I still have some little stuff over at the old studio upstairs, and once these drawers start getting organized, I can start bringing those things over, maybe a drawer at a time, and just adding it to this. And so when the time comes, all I have to do is bring that furniture over, and everything's already finished. It's just an endless process. But organizing, for me, I find it almost therapeutic. It's almost like healing, putting things back together again, mending a broken vase or something, fixing Humpty Dumpty. It's just feels good to see things getting back together. It's almost like healing a broken relationship in a way. Getting all the broken pieces back together, or all the scattered pieces back together. And so from then on, you can move forward and move in a more unified way. So that's what I'm doing today. I won't have all day to do it. I'll only have maybe an hour or so. But I figure if I can do an hour every day or every night until it's finished, in between other things I have to do, one day I'll come in and the room will just be clean. All the boxes will be gone, and I'll be able to sit on the couch again. And Steve will be able to sit on the couch again, and he won't be so unhappy about not having any place to sit. The other nice thing about this, it's a really great time to re-examine all of these things in the pile. when you're sewing, you're always introduced to new methods of doing something. And we all like to try them. Everyone says, oh, this is the most amazing thing. And then you try it, and it's like, wait a minute. I didn't see anything amazing about that at all. That was just kind of a waste of my money. So sometimes you have to go through and reevaluate, is this really worth taking up my space? I know some of the gurus in space saving, they always say you should pick something up once a year, pick everything up once a year and say, does this still bring me joy? Does this still serve me? Does this still serve me? And if it doesn't, then you thank it for being a part of your life, and you pass it on, and you let somebody else get use out of it. One of those people who would think that it's the most amazing thing they've ever seen. I got one on there, but none of the rest. So it's a good time to clean out also. And so some of this stuff certainly will be cleaned out, because there's no point in keeping a bunch of stuff that you're never going to use. Now let's see if I open this drawer more. How many more will I find? I'm telling you, these drawers are deep. One of the other things that I did, maybe it was unnecessary, but this was a joy thing. I have mentioned in a past video that one of my favorite designers was William Morris. I've always wondered, if he were still alive, what he might be designing today in the modern world. And so I bought William Morris wallpaper. It's just peel and stick, so it was fairly easy. When I was done with the drawers, each drawer, I sprayed polyurethane on top of the inside of the drawer, and then I put the wallpaper. I let it dry, but it just gave a smoother surface for the wallpaper to stick onto. And then I bought this William Morris wallpaper on Amazon, and I have it inside the drawer. So when I open the drawer, it's just another little thing that makes me happy. It's green, my favorite color. This Mother Nature green that I have on the walls has been in every house I've owned or apartment that I've lived in for like the last 4 or 5 places. So that's just something I really like. I find it very soothing, natural color. But that's all I have for my organizing. Just about done with the little tabs here. I'm going to start popping them in the drawer in different configurations, and start getting some of these things off of here and into here. And once I get that part finished, I think I'll come back and let you see a little bit of what the drawer looks like. Well, I got the top of the dresser cleaned off, which was a lot of the little tiny small stuff. I still have a lot of stuff over here. Ooh, I'm not showing you that. But this is all going to go in different drawers, and I don't have all the drawers here yet. Like the poster board and the extra pearl cotton, and some of that stuff there. But I'm making progress, so I feel a lot better. And I know pretty soon we're going to have a place to set. I got everything put away. The funny thing is, if I put all of these in here, the drawer won't close. If I take a couple of them out, the drawer closes fine. But everything is sorted out. Needle threaders, needle cases, all my needles, beads, pins, glue, bodkin. You know, put your thing through, like if you lose your hoodie string, pens and paper, glue stick, uh, all different kinds of pressers, needle threaders, glue, magic thread, thread magic, thimbles, all different kinds of scissors, odd pieces of ribbon that I like to tie stuff up with, and bobbins. These letters that you could put at the top and side of quilts when you're putting them together, those will actually go back downstairs. And some little tiny circles made out of ultra suede. And then when I was just about finishing up, I found this little strawberry on the floor. It's a little pin cushion. And I spent about 5 minutes trying to pick off the lint. And then I realized those were little knots on there to mimic the strawberry seeds. So that's it for today. I just wanted to talk about the joy of organizing, the zen of organizing. I still have a ways to go. I know that. But I have always had a bunch of little containers, and I still do. Uh, I'm trying to eliminate this kind of thing. They're very cute for a while if you have a class or something, but it's impossible to remember where you have something. I want everything in one place. I might make one little case, a travel case, a to-go case, but this is not all of it. This was just a small portion. I've already emptied 3 of them. I'm going to take the little sewing boxes either to the local thrift store or to my guild and let somebody else deal with it. But I need everything clean, so I have one place to look for it. I'm tired of the senior aerobics of running around my house trying to figure out where I remember seeing that pin or that scissors or that magnet. So organizing it is for me until I can get everything set back up and I can sew again. And let me know some of your tips and tricks for organizing, how you eliminate things, or if you just like to keep everything like my mom did. um, I just know that for me it's something I have to do to keep myself sane during this process of remodeling. Between the basement and having to go back and forth to the old house, it's just been a lot. Just 10 seconds, so you know, at the old house we had to have 2 new roofs put on, one on the main house and one on the carriage house. We're sanding all of the floors upstairs and downstairs because it turns out there was wood floors under the old carpeting, and all new windows to make the house more sellable. So it's stretching me as thin as wax paper. So until next time.